We're back with the second part of the drive gear repair on my International number 15 Baler. It had been broken for a long while and was missing some teeth. If you haven't seen part 1, I'll link it in the description below. We'll start with a quick recap. Here you can see the missing teeth on the gear.
What we need is a complete new gear shrinking on the end of this shaft. So the first thing we do is machine off the teeth that are already there. And this is the finished article, ready for the new gear to be shrunk on. And here we are manufacturing the new gear in the milling machine. And here's the completed article ready to be put together. So now we'll start the second part and we'll show you how we shrunk this gear onto the shaft and then how we put the shaft together. The gear and the gear shaft are machined with a shrink fit tolerance, so hopefully this will go on without any problem, but we're ready with the press just in case. We're using a gas workshop heater as a preheat, and we're also using the gas torch to bring this up to the correct temperature. The gear shaft has been in the freezer overnight, and we've got a steel rule taped to it so we can get the alignment right with the teeth, because they must be exactly right for the baler to work. And here we go. You'll see it goes on very, very easily. We just need the press to seat it. So here are the component parts we've now got to assemble. We've got the two flywheels, one of which is still connected to the main shaft, and we've got the repaired gear all ready to slide back on between the two. Now the issue is that we're going to need the press for this, because we know that the drive gear is a very, very, very good fit. In fact, according to International, it was a shrink fit on that shaft. Unfortunately, the press isn't quite big enough. So the first thing we need to do is make an adaption for the bottom of it to connect it to the lower flywheel.
The way I'm aiming to do it is the legs of the press are just slightly wider than the flywheel. So what we need is to remove the support legs from the bottom and weld two pieces of flat to a piece of box section and bolt that to the bottom of the press, and then the flywheel will sit on top. So we'll just sandwich these two pieces of flat in between the feet and the main legs of the press. Now we'll lift it with the crane and slide the piece of box section across underneath, and then weld the flats to the box section. As I said before, we know this is a very good fit on the shaft, so I thought it'd be sensible just to run a flat wheel through it. If you've watched the first video, you'll know that we struggled to get this gear off the main shaft because it's a shrunk fit in the first place. We made a special contraption with a 20-ton hydraulic jack, and we did manage to remove it. It's obviously going to be difficult to get it back on, so that's why we needed to adapt the press. We're going to try some heat as well, although I'm not expecting it to help very much. As you can see, I've speeded this part of the video up. The gear's going on okay. All we need to do is keep pushing and keep squirting some oil on it. The tapered drift you can see in this picture is holding the key from slipping down. So we finished off the job by reinstalling the second flywheel, and then we lifted the whole assembly back into the baler for a test run. It was very satisfying to see the new gear running perfectly true whilst the old cast iron one still wobbled about. We'll have to tackle that one day perhaps. And here we are on the maiden voyage in the field. We're having a little bit of a problem with the magneto at this point, but we got it going, as you will see. This is a manual wire tie baler, so the first thing you have to do is insert one of these boards, and then you thread the wires through the boards, and somebody threads them back through from the other side, and then you manually tie them as being demonstrated here. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you're interested in workshop content like this, why not leave a comment below and maybe we'll post some more. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next week.